I reckon that lad's been killed by one of his mates. You know, been out on the piss, some joke gone wrong. Tried to wake him up the morning after the night before, dead. They've panicked and they've put him in the arcade.
Did you find out where he's getting his money?
Not sure how that helps us build a case against him, sir.
Do you remember it, that lad?
No.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Now, you're not shitting me, are you?
No, I'm not shitting you.
The age difference, it's wrong. We shouldn't be doing it.
Steve, what is this about?
Sorry, Cheyenne, it's all over.
We're living in a leisure economy, Terry. We can't lose.
Look, I've read the brochure, Ripley. I just can't see how all this is going to happen.
Will you stop talking like a tart?
There's a bloke who talked to you called Carlisle.
What difference does it make?
He's the one to watch.
I want to tell you everything. And I want to know everything about you.
It's insane.
I know. Can I kiss you?
Remember who your mates are, Ripley.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Thought he was the king of America, where they bought Coca-Cola just like vintage wine. Now I try hard not to become hysterical, and I'm sure if I'm laughing or crying. I wish that I could push a button and talk in the past and not the present tense. This hurting feeling disappear like it was common sense. It was a fine idea at the time. Now it's a great mistake. Thought he was the king of America, but it was just a boulevard of broken dreams. Trick they do with mirrors and with chemicals. The words of love and whispers and the acts of love and screams. I wish that I could push a button and talk in the past and not the present tense. Love and feeling disappear like it was common sense. I was a fine idea at the time. Now I'm a great mistake.
The Inland Revenue have issued a summons for full payment of the outstanding tax bill and accumulated fines. If you don't pay by tomorrow, the bailiffs come and start auctioning your assets.
My escape fund. But I won't hold that against you.
This doesn't even start to cover it.
Oh, what do I owe?
About 80 grand, all told.
80 grand? The robbing bastard. How did that happen?
Oh, it's very easy. You don't pay your bills, you don't return my calls. Put the expansion plans on hold, you might just be able to stay afloat.
I can't do that.
Ripley, you don't have a choice anymore. They will close you down.
I can't do that because I've already spent the expansion budget on this place.
Oh, so the only way you can get the money to build a casino hotel is to build a casino hotel to get the money?
I'm just borrowing from tomorrow. Have you ever heard of it? It's called economics.
I'm your effing accountant. Didn't you think you should share any of this with me?
Well, I didn't want to worry you.
You could remortgage the arcade for short-term funds, though it's not a great idea.
And that's what we'll do. You're gonna get the golden goose. You gotta slay a few giants.
Not interrupting anything, am I? We now know that Mike Hooley died from a blow to the head with a blunt instrument. His blood test turned up a cocktail of stimulants which speeded up his heartbeat, so that when he got the head injury, it sped up the cerebral bleed.
So it were an accident. Well, that's that then. Do you need any help packing?
Well, it's no accident that he was hit. And that's what killed him. So I'll be staying around until I find the man who hit him. The Whitecliff flats behind this arcade, they're yours, aren't they? I mean, I know they're in your wife's name, but to all intents and purposes, they're yours, right?
Right.
Forensics have found traces of Mike Hooley's hair and blood in the Whitecliff flats.
Well, in the circumstances, I won't be charging rent.
So Mike Hooley's body was moved from your flats to your arcade by someone who had keys to both.
Well, the keys aren't going to turn up now, are they?
Why'd you say that?
There's only a prick or two onto the evidence.
Perhaps it's a prick I'm looking for. And you've made a statement that you sent Danny home in a cab at around midnight, so that's him in the clear. Oh, and we've got a witness who saw you in Romeo's nightclub at the same time as Mike Hooley. Said you two had an altercation.
I know where you're getting this shit.
Oh, I'd be surprised if you did.
I tried so hard not to come.
I thought I'd said everything the other day.
I hadn't.
I've been scared of your dad since school. And when I found out that you were his daughter... I know it sounds stupid, but in my darkest thoughts, I thought that maybe he'd sent you.
What? That's crazy.
I know. But it seems so unlikely that somebody like you would fall for somebody like... Anyway, that suddenly fitted.
When you first met me, what did you see?
What?
What did you see?
I saw a beautiful young woman. You laughed at my jokes. And one time your smile stayed, and I thought for a moment that maybe there was something about me that you found What's the point of this, Cheyenne?
What you felt then, that's what's real. Nothing's changed. It's just you and me. Not my dad, not your age. This is how we feel about each other. And all the rest of it is just stuff.
Just stuff.
Yeah, well, I was going for the big finish, but I kind of blew it, I think.
You're brilliant. You know that.
And you promise not to be scared off by him again.
Scared off by him? After the other day when he started taking your clothes off in the theatre, it's you I'm scared of.
So, somebody killed Mike Hooley, then kept his body in Ripley's flats for 24 hours.
Imagine that passes for normal in these parts. Henry could have access to those flats. You just ring the doorbell and you're in.
We start with Hayley, that prostitute, though, don't we?
No sign of a struggle in a room. No sign of a struggle, full stop.
What if Danny hit him outside the flat and then needed to stash the body inside?
Danny?
Yeah.
Have you seen the size of him? Nah, that's far more Ripley style.
Yeah. Well, we've got evidence that Danny was in a fight, not Ripley.
Without a witness, I'm not sure we can say the fight happened at all. It's a paradox that Wittgenstein would have a lot to say about.
Well, let's bring him in for interview.
You thought any more about what they were saying about Jim?
I'm getting too old for this lark. My heart's beating like I don't know what.
They just had Carlisle down the arcade. He knows more about what I own and what I don't own than I do. Someone's filling in the blanks for him.
You ever had that, you know? When you can talk to a woman dead easy, make her laugh and that, and then the minute that you start to fancy him, it's like you've forgotten how to speak.
He was standing next to me at Romeo's, eh? Who can put me there? Jim Albright, snitch bastard.
Look, I know you're wrong about him.
You know your trouble is you're too trusting.
Well, I've got a date
All right. Any money changing hands?
No, just a nice, normal woman. I've forgotten how to behave normally around a normal woman.
Well, I just do what I do. Start feeling intimidated, just imagine her taking a dump.
Bloody hell, Ripley, why'd you have to drag everything down to the sewer?
Because I feel at home there. When is it?
Tonight.
Oh, well, that's lucky then, eh? Give you a chance to take that shirt back. You look like a badly wrapped toffee apple.
Right, that is me done.
Any interesting calls?
No, nothing too worrying.
Did he ring?
No. Wasn't expecting him to.
Was he blonde when he died?
Yeah.
Why do young lads dye their hair? It never looks nice.
So, do you remember seeing him?
I can't see much at all in here. It's very cramped.
Yeah. No wonder you can't digest your food properly. Ripley ought to build you a roomier booth.
Well, I couldn't ask him to do that. He's spent a fortune on the new machines.
Well, it doesn't help you to untwist your diaphragm, though, does it, Ruth?
It's good for all of us.
Oh, yeah, is that what he likes to tell you?
I mean, all of us shareholders.
You're a shareholder? In what?
The arcade. The casino hotel when it's built. We all are. Me, Death Barry, Maureen Ortiz, and other people. People who know about business.
What sort of people?
You know, his mates. Pillows of the community.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, they'd have to be, wouldn't they? Invest in a place like this.
Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing here?
I was just at a loose end. Is this it? Is this your husband's arcade? I don't believe it. Now I'm giving him my money as well as the love of my life.
Look, can we talk?
Yeah, but not here, eh?
I know somewhere. It's actually carved out from the cave under the tower. I thought that might be exciting to a quantity surveyor. And the fish seem to stand in line at the window. It's like they're queuing for something.
Is this what you wanted to talk to me about?
When I think about you, I feel guilty. When I saw you just now at the arcade, I felt guilty. It's like you've become the real relationship and I'm cheating on you with Ripley.
I don't know what you want me to say to that.
Well, perhaps you could tell me if you felt anything like the same way.
You're married.
Well, you knew that when you dated me. You knew that when you kissed me. Did it seem wrong then?
No.
And what about all that stuff you said about feeling as though you'd been waiting for me? Does it still feel like that when you look at me now?
You must know it does.
You're gonna have to be the one that walks away this time.
Can we go somewhere with a few less eyes?
The planning application, they turned me down. Me.
You can't tell.
They bloody have. Look, after due consideration and consultation with adjacent businesses, the ungrateful bastards.
Doesn't make sense.
Does if someone's bad-mouthing me? You know, talk about multiculturalism the way they talk about arcade owners and they'd lock you up.
Maybe they thought the design would be an eyesore or something.
An eyesore? You're kidding? We're building last breed in Vegas.
What are you going to do?
You're the copper.
Why would I have any sway with the Enterprise Committee?
They can turn me down because my arcade attracts unsavoury elements. To wit, one corpse, slightly soiled. You've got to clear my name.
How many times? It's not my case. Carlisle's his own man.
You don't get it, do you? Eh? Without the planning permission, no casino. Without the casino, we're all sunk. So I'd make it your case if you want to see your money ever again.
Your eyes are blue with a small speck of brown. You've got a birthmark on your calf that looks like a splash.
Go on.
You've got scars on your arm from when you started a tattoo and then thought better of it.
Which arm?
Your left. On the back of your wrist.
And?
And I love every inch of you. And one day, when you look at me and say, what am I doing with this old blog? At least I'll have remembered you all off by heart.
That is not going to happen. Let's go for a walk.
Now?
I just don't want us to hide away. Like we should be ashamed or something. Like it's something seedy. Although I am kind of getting to like the seediness.
That's it. We're definitely going for a walk.
What does it take to get served round here? Come on, mate, I just want a bit of whiz.
I can't help you, mate.
So how about you show me someone who can help me? Eh? Come on, I've got to survive a week in Blackpool. You're not going to make me do that without the aid of chemicals, are you?
Follow me.
So what are you doing in Blackpool?
A sales conference. What about you?
I'm stuck here.
Well, you could get out if you wanted to.
Maybe.
A sharp lad like you.
Do you reckon?
Well, you dress nice. Good looking.
I don't know about that.
What? What?
It's gonna liven up round here anyway. And you heard, it's gonna be Las Vegas.
Yeah. So what do you do while you're waiting for it to liven up?
Wait there.
The boy with a thorn in his side. Behind the hatred there lies a murderous desire for love. How can they look into my eyes and still they don't believe me? How can they hear me say those words, still they don't believe me? And if they don't believe me now, will they ever believe me? And if they don't believe me now, will they ever believe me? Oh, 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 oh. The boy with the thorn in his side. Behind a hatred there lies a thundering desire for love. How can they see the love in our eyes and still they don't believe us? And after all this time, they don't want to believe us. And if they don't believe us now, will they ever believe us? And when you want to live, how do you start?
I've got to talk to you.
It's not really a good time.
It's important.
I've got company.
Look, am I the only one who cares?
I'd take anything anybody gave me when I was your age. Speed, dope, acid, and stop me feeling angry.
Why don't you just arrest me?
Well, I could, but I'd rather you told me what you and your dad were doing on the night Mike Cooley died.
Well, like Dad told you, he put me in a taxi at midnight, must have been home by past.
Still give you time to sell Mike Cooley some gear.
I didn't sell him any gear.
Well, it's a 3 to 1 chance that you did. Because the autopsy came back and he had cannabis and amphetamine sulfate and amyl nitrate in his system, which meant that when he got hit later that night, he dropped like Mr. Slinky. His head hit the ground and he was only good news for the funeral director.
No, I didn't hit him.
Well, somebody did. And you'd already seen him at the arcade. And then your dad had argued with him at the club, and then you had... maybe you sold him some drugs. Seems to me that you and your dad crossed his path quite a few times on the night he died. He even died in one of your dad's bed sits, and he died because somebody hit him.
Well, it wasn't me.
But you know who it was. Am I correct? You do, don't you? Deep down. Somewhere in that pissed up night, you remember, because you would remember something like that. It's sitting in your head right now, screaming, tell him at you. Isn't it?
You're the man. You're the man.
Come back to me when you've done some work in the criminal pattern, eh?
So, where'd you work, Mary?
At Gifts Galore, on the front.
So what happened, eh? Terry come in and asked for a shake of your snowstorms?
Something like that.
He's a bit of a catch, you know. He's got plenty to choose from. So I'd go that extra mile if you want to hang on to him. No, that'd be your cab, love.
No, I called it for you, Ripley.
No, I'll take it.
What?
It's been a lovely evening, Terry. I'll call you.
Have time and all. You never heard about a friend in need?
Thanks a million.
We've been turned down for planning permission for the casino hotel. What do you think about that, eh?
I don't care.
Oh, you will, when all you're left with here is a falling down B&B with a fancy bathroom.
For one evening, I don't care. We were getting along, me and her. We were talking.
Yeah, well, I want to talk. All right. Eh? I want to talk about Vegas turning over $4 million a year, and I want to ask, what's so wrong with wanting a slice of that? So I want to talk, all right?
Yes. But you don't want to listen, do you? Maybe that's why it was so nice talking to a woman for a change.
Well, it does before you shag them, obviously, but that's just your cock playing the ventriloquist, isn't it?
For the first time since Elaine left me, I felt, you know, all right, like I used to before my life turned to shit.
Yeah, well, if I don't get planning permission for the casino hotel, you'll be taking another plunge in the sewage farm, my friend.
Yes, and do you know why? Because I listen to you. Somewhere in everything that's gone wrong, somehow or other, you are always there. What's the opposite of a lucky mascot? Well, that's you, that is.
Oh, yeah? And who picked up the pieces for you after the divorce, eh? Who was there for you then?
Yeah, and there for my wife too, according to the rumours.
Oh, I never fancied Elaine.
Maybe not before the boob job.
Hey, You don't want to drive around in an old Transit just because it's got new headlamps.
I could come back to yours for a while.
I've got to work tomorrow.
Oh, go on.
Hey, this is what it's like going out with a... Oh, man. You've been warned. Go on.
Still up?
Couldn't sleep.
You don't drink enough. You all right?
Yeah.
Better enough.
Yeah.
You know the first machine I ever bought?
Space Invader.
The Holy Grail. First baby since pinball that you put money in without wanting to win anything back. When I saw it, and I knew. And that's how I got started. It was all so simple. I spent what I earned. I didn't have it, I didn't spend it. It was all so simple, you know, no mortgage, no wife, no kids, simple, simple, simple. Hey, not that I'm saying I regret. What I'm saying is, responsibility changes you. Makes you do things that you might not normally do. See what I'm saying?
Deputy Chief Inspector Albright. Nice to see you, taking an avuncular interest.
We'll all be grateful when you tie this one up.
We?
The whole town. We don't need bad publicity putting off the tourists.
Especially a new investment like Ripley Holden's arcade.
There's no doubting it.
I imagine an arcade needs a clean reputation to get planning permission for a casino hotel.
You heard about the planning permission, then?
Oh, aye. Young Blythe here's like a terrier on the research side. I'm not unsympathetic to a businessman's plight.
Glad to hear it.
I think if I had money tied up in Ripley Holden's business, I'd want to ensure that any inconvenient obstacles to its success were removed.
Well, who wouldn't?
I might even be tempted to provide a false alibi, if that's what it took.
And what type of man would do that?
I don't know. Type of man who's easily bought.
I suppose I've got you to thank for this, have I?
What is it?
Oh, don't pretend you don't know. We'll just appeal the planning permission. We'll get there in the end.
Never underestimate the power of prayer.
All this will be casino hotels, Allworth. Gambling is Blackpool, so why pick on me, eh?
You think I objected to your planning permission? Do you really think they're taking any notice of me? No, thanks.
You know, you can't enjoy yourself in this life. You're not exactly best placed to enjoy paradise when you get there, are you?
Now, for a non-believer, you're very concerned about getting to heaven, aren't you?
Well, maybe I'll be one of those last-minute converts, you know, that the shepherd rejoices over more than over the 99 that never went astray.
Ah, but then you'd be missing out on having Jesus on your side in your lifetime.
Well, I look at you, and I look at me, and I just might be able to live with that.
You're very cynical.
No, I think you're the cynical one. I mean, if I do something good, I do it because I think it's the right thing to do. If you do it, it's to please God.
When did you last do something good?
This morning, when I opened the doors of this place to let people in to have a good time.
When did you last do something good which didn't benefit you?
Well, I give it to charity all the time.
That's just so you don't have to get your own hands dirty.
So if I did something good, something for somebody else, do you think the look might change?
Ah, but then you wouldn't be doing it for someone else, would you?
Oh, no, believe me. This time I would. Can I have a word? How's your coffee?
Fine, thanks.
I was a bit pissed off last night.
I realise that.
I'd had a bit to drink, so I think I might have gone a bit too far, you know, things I said about Terry.
I'm not going to judge Terry by what you say about him.
No, but you might judge him on the mates he keeps, and I know I didn't make a good impression, you know, so... You might think that Terry's not a nice bloke, and he is.
I know that. I was planning on calling him.
Were you? Great. When?
Do you think I'm going to tell you after last night?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, have you shagged every woman in Blackpool over 40?
More or less.
But Terry doesn't need to know that I'm one of them, does he?
No. A bloke doesn't like to drink out of a dirty cup, does he? I mean, no offence.
None taken.
I've caught Ripley in a lie, and he knows it. I've got the son knowing that we're onto his dad. And I've got Albright doing his impression of a whipped pup.
And Ripley's wife?
What about her?
Well, have you worked out what she's hiding?
Don't think she's hiding anything. Don't think she's involved.
Oh, come on. What are you saying? She doesn't know he's a villain?
She married young.
Well, she stayed with him, though, didn't she?
Hey, you don't know what you're talking about. Hello? Hi. I'm on site. Well, of course. Where do you want me to be?
You haven't done this ever, I hope.
Not this. I mean this. Been away from the world. Forgotten everything.
What do you need to forget?
A husband who lies to me, and who I'm cheating on for the first time in my life. A daughter who's dating a man her dad's age. And a son who stays out all night. Is that enough for starters?
But wild is he, your boy?
No. No, that's the funny thing. I don't think he is.
But he stays out all night.
Oh, no, I'm exaggerating. It was this party that we had because Ripley was opening the new arcade. And I think he just got a bit fed up of Ripley getting all the attention. Who wouldn't?
Big party, was it?
Yeah. There isn't any other kind as far as Ripley's concerned. It's one of the great things about him. He knows how to celebrate.
You know, when I said I wanted to know everything about you,
Yeah.
I didn't mean everything.
Are you jealous?
I am jealous of everybody who is with you when I'm not with you. Everybody who passes you in the street. Yeah, you could say I'm jealous.
Oh, that's my phone.
Leave it.
I can't.
Leave it.
I can't.
I didn't know who else to call.
Oh, you should have called me straight away. Of course you should. What the doctor's saying?
Steve was scared of Dad already. I should have listened to him.
What do you mean? You don't think your dad beat Steve up, do you? You can't really think that.
I don't want you here if you're going to stand there and pretend.
Hey, Terry Cornett's only gone and got himself a girlfriend. Not bad looking either. He's punching well above his weight. What's wrong?
I've been at the hospital.
Why, what's the matter? You all right? Is it the kids?
Cheyenne's boyfriend got beaten up, suspected fractured skull.
I didn't even know she had a boyfriend.
Steve? She's been seeing Steve again.
Well, she lied to us.
Do you want to know how badly he was hurt, or do you already know?
Oh. Well, if you tell me what it is you want to hear, I'll be only too glad to say it.
Did you have anything to do with beating Steve up?
No, I didn't. But I wish I bloody well had.
Your dad was one of the wild lads at school. He did a bit of fighting, a bit of bullying. Nobody in particular. Just anyone who got in his way, really.
And that was you?
No. No, I don't remember us ever even speaking before it happened.
What happened?
He shoved letters through the doors of about 6 kids at the school, addressed to their parents, every one of them saying something bad about their son. You know, your kid smokes, your kid's a puff, you know, that kind of thing.
And what did he say on yours?
He just said, Steve Lomas bullies me. That's why I had to do this.
Well, what did he mean? Do what?
Just straight after he posted the 6 letters, your dad tried to kill himself.
Dad? No, that can't be right.
He got out of it on cider and lay down on the railway line. But somebody came and found him and dragged him off the line before the train came.
But I'd know. I'd know if he was the type to try and kill himself.
Maybe he was then.
He said you'd been bullying him.
His idea of a joke, I think. Must have weighed about 3 stone.
So why did he choose you?
Dunno. Never found out. He never came back to school. And I was left with his name for myself, this monster who'd driven this poor kid to suicide. And everybody believed him. My mates, my mum and dad. And what I couldn't get over, what drove me mental, was I don't know what I did to deserve it.
Why don't you ask him now?
Because I could tell when I met him again after all those years. He hasn't changed. And he'd love it that he's been in my head all this time.
You all right?
Fine, yeah.
Is that fine, yeah, as in mind your own business, or do you want me to ask you some more?
I said I was fine, didn't I?
I always had this idea that my children would be able to talk to me about anything. I know what it's like to carry a guilty secret around inside, you know.
I was interviewed by the police.
Okay. When was this?
A few days ago.
And what had you been doing?
This cop was trying to say that I had a fight with the bloke who died. He picked me up again the other night. He isn't gonna let it go.
Well, can't Jim Albright put him right?
Uncle Jim doesn't know him. He's not from round here.
Right, what's his name?
Why? What do you want to know for?
Well, is he an inspector or a sergeant or what?
See, I knew you'd get like this.
Well, I can find out and I'll sort it out.
That's exactly why I didn't tell you.
Trust me, I'll sort it out. Excuse me. I'm looking for an officer. He's in charge of the Mike Hooley case. That's all I know, I'm sorry.
The DI Carlisle you want? He's working on it. Just through there.
Thank you.
I said I wanted your help. I didn't mean by losing your cash on my machines.
I've had a chat with Carlisle. I think it's better if I take my money out of this place.
So how does that help?
I'm your alibi. Carlisle's never going to believe me if he finds out I've got money tied up with him.
Get out of it. You've bottled it. Hey, it's blokes like you that are talking us into a recession.
I'm doing this because we're mates.
I know why you're doing it. Well, I don't keep cash like that on the premises.
Anytime it suits you, Ripley. No rush.
No, spare me the interest-free credit in easy terms. You're not buying a sofa.
I'm doing you a favour here.
Hey. You know, one day, you'll stand outside here and there'll be pink colonnades and statues and barmen dressed as gladiators and shit. And the sound of money falling 24 hours a day. And you'll stand there with a big sick grin on your face feeling like the man who passed on the Beatles. You'll be a walking hard luck story.
Yeah. But I know I did the right thing.
Listen to Jimmy Stewart all of a sudden.
Hiya.
Hi.
What's wrong? What is it?
I just wanted to see you. Just wanted to look at you.
Yeah, I miss you as well.
Do you?
Yeah, of course. I can't think about anything else.
What do you think is happening here, Peter?
I don't know. I just wanted to carry on. Why not?
Because it hurts too much. Both of us having to pretend all the time. Keeping this secret.
Yeah, I know.
It always leads to more and more secrets, doesn't it? Till you forget which is the truth and which is the lie.
What is it, Natalie? What's happened?
Kiss me.
What, here? No.
Yeah. Like you really mean it.
Secrets that you keep. I've only got myself to blame. Like playing a losing game. I lie awake and call your name. All love is just a picture in a broken frame. It seems so hard for me to share. It's even hard not there. Now, baby, I'm losing sleep over the secrets that you keep. Baby, I'm losing sleep over the secrets that you keep. I lie awake at night, not knowing where you are. You know it don't seem right that you could be so far away from me. Oh, secrets that you keep. I'm losing sleep over the secrets that you keep. I'm losing sleep over the secrets that you keep. I'm losing sleep over the secrets that you keep. I'm losing sleep over the secrets that you keep. I'm losing sleep over the secrets that you keep. I'm losing sleep.
Does that feel like I meant it?
Yeah. You're good. I'll give you that. Good day.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I forgot what a good day looks like.
So you don't want to know what sort of day I've had then?
All right, so when you said good day, it was a trick question so you could pick me up when I didn't ask you back.
I think we need to be more honest with each other.
Any more honest than this and we'll be at each other's throats.
I mean it. You start.
Let's get into you. And what are you looking so shaky about, eh? Your mum found your porn mags? What? What is it? Oh, wait, love. I'm really gutted about what happened to Steve. How is he?
You're not going to have anything to eat?
I better go and have a word.
Why do you have to go running after her all the time?
And why are you being like this? I wouldn't hurt anyone that meant that much to you.
No. You'd just tell someone else to. That's how it works, isn't it?
I can't believe you think I'd do something like this. Come on, it's me, your dad.
So? It turns out there's a lot of things I don't know about my dad.
What's that supposed to mean?
Steve's been filling me in on your past. At school. The notes. You trying to kill yourself. You know, the small stuff.
Told you about that, did he?
Don't say it like it's nothing.
Well, it was a long time ago.
You tried to kill yourself and you've forgotten all about it.
I was a teenager. You know, my dad was a religious nutter. My mum hadn't got out of bed for 6 weeks because Elvis Presley had died. You know, just stupid teenager, messed up. I'm sorry you had to learn it from somebody else. I didn't want that. But, you know, none of this means that I had Steve beaten up, does it?
And is that it? That's your explanation, end of story?
Why are you behaving like this? When did I ever lie to you? Hey?
You don't fool me, Dad.
Come on, Cheyenne. Hey, me and you. We've always understood each other, haven't we? It's always been me and you. My daughter, for God's sake.
Not now, I'm not. Not anymore.
She looked at me like she didn't even know me.
She's been like that with me all her life. You'll get used to it.
I feel like she's hit me, you know, right here.
People get rejected. People say things they don't mean. People lie, people cheat, people hurt each other. Why is any of this news to you?
Well, thank you, Julie Andrews. Now, just give us a quick chorus of my favourite things and I'll be well and truly cheered up.
Well, you must have said stuff when you were a teenager, hmm? All those rows you must have had with your dad.
That were different. He deserved it.
You been on a diet or something? You look different.
No. No, I'm just tired.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I just can't switch as quickly as you can from worrying about the kids to, you know, us.
It's easy. I'll show you. You turning me down?
Well, Danny's still up. He might hear us. And...
Dad can be a bit of a twat sometimes, can't he?
You don't mean that. You're all over him.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are. And he treats you like shit.
He doesn't.
Why are you sticking up for him after what he's done?
I don't think Dad beat up Steve. He wouldn't do that.
Sure. Like he didn't beat up that bloke they found dead in the arcade.
Come on, you don't believe he did that, do you? Do you?
Dad had been drinking. He had keys and the alarm code. The guy had been winding Dad up at the opening.
Anybody could have taken the keys.
You know and I know that office is always locked. And sooner or later, someone's going to tell the coppers.
It won't be you, will it?
Not me. But someone. And do you know what? Right now, I'm glad. I think he deserves everything he gets.
Danny? What are you doing down here, Cock?
Come to see Carlisle.
What, has he called you in for an interview again?
No. Came on my own. I've got something to communicate.
Well, where's your dad?
He doesn't know I'm here.
And your solicitor? What are you doing?
I'm just gonna talk to Carlisle. Like I should have done when this all started.
Don't move, all right? Don't move.
He didn't call ahead.
No, the desk sergeant said he just turned up.
And has he got a solicitor?
Says he doesn't want one. I've got the duty social worker on his way.
No mention of his dad?
He doesn't want his dad here.
No, of course he doesn't. This is it then. We just sit there and listen. I knew he'd come around. Just didn't realise it would be this quick.
Natalie, it's Jim again. Where the hell are you? Ring me when you get this message. It's about Danny. He's shown up at the police station. One of you needs to get down here. He says he's going to talk to Carlisle.
Come on. Answer, you bastard. Do you know any good solicitors?
Let's worry about that when we get there.
Did he give you any idea what he was going to say?
Oh, he was just blank, staring into space.
He's always like that, isn't he? He's a teenager. You've got to give me more than that.
Why would he want to speak to Carlisle without you there?
Did you come down here voluntarily, Danny?
Yes, I did.
So what do you want to tell us?
Before when I told you about the bloke in the arcade.
Mike Hooley, the victim, this man.
Yeah. I lied.
And why did you do that, Danny?
Because of my dad.
Okay. I know this is difficult.
Because I wanted my dad to be proud of me.
Well, I can understand that. Anybody could understand that. So what do you want to tell us now? About your dad?
I killed Mike Hooley.
You killed him? I don't think that's really true, is it, Danny?
I sold him drugs, and then I had a fight with him about money.
You have to think about what you are saying here, son. You could be in an awful lot of trouble if you stick to this story.
I killed him. I sold him drugs. I beat him up. I killed him.